What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now I'm back with my original segment, Boxing Ego's First Look, a tale of the tape, a sneak peek, a preview of the fight before the fight. Saturday, September 15th, 2018, Canelo versus Triple G, Part 2. This is Judgment Day for the Middleweight World Championship, several belts on the line, and it should be a good card presented by K2 Promotions as well as Golden Boy on HBO pay-per-view. Now, I was fortunate to go see the first fight live and cover it as media. And it was a good fight. Some controversy. Some people had Canelo winning. Some people had Golovkin winning. Some people were content with the draw. But this, again, is Judgment Day, where hopefully we get a clear-cut, decisive victor. HBO Boxing, on their official YouTube account, they released the 24/7 episode. Make sure you check it in case you want to watch it for even more build-up. The undercard is pretty stacked. I think they did a good job of helping the undercard, the chief support, and they have another Mexican star in the making, champion Jaime Munguia, who became a champion beating Saddam Ali, vicious stoppage. He hurt him in the first round. Jaime Munguia is going to be facing Brandon Cook, who was supposed to fight Kell Brook recently. That's the co-main event. You also have middleweight contenders David Lemieux and Gary Spike O'Sullivan. The two don't like each other. Just go to their social media. A lot of trash talk, a lot of banter. So I want to see who provides or who actually performs and does what they say they're going to do on social media. And then we have the return of Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, who he had a good run, moved up, I believe, 4 weight classes, and he got stopped by Sor Rungvisai. This is his first fight back, and he's going to open the telecast. He's fighting a guy named Moises Fuentes. Again, this is Saturday, September 15th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, HBO pay-per-view. Now, another thing to consider is the Box Fan Expo. It's the same day, September 15th, in Las Vegas, and it's a great time. You get to meet a ton of boxers are going to be there this year. You could purchase tickets from me directly. The link is in the description box of all of my videos. Click on the link, purchase your tickets if you're planning on going, and it should be a good time. Now, with the main event, Canelo Alvarez, Triple G. This is for Triple G's WBC, WBA, and IBO middleweight belt. It would have been for his IBF belt, but Triple G earlier this year was stripped for failure to comply and faces mandatory Sergey Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko is now moving on to fight the other rated guy out at the IBF, which is Daniel Jacobs. So in the upcoming months, there's a lot of middleweight action, which is good because this is going to help. These are all top fights in the middleweight division. You have Canelo, Triple G. You have Daniel Jacobs, who gave Triple G a good scrap, and he's fighting Sergey Derevyanchenko for the IBF belt. You have Billy Joe Saunders defending his WBO belt against the highly ranked Demetrius Boo Boo Andre, who's fairly new to the middleweight division. And I heard they're trying to make like Jamal Charlo a hometown fight, maybe against Willie Monroe or something. So it's a lot of stuff action in the middleweight division, and it is coming up soon. I'm looking forward to it. As far as the main event, there's not much that could be said. Canelo, Golovkin, the two simply do not like each other. The rematch should be probably better than the first fight. I know they billed the first fight as Hagler Hearns, but in my opinion, I didn't see either guy really pull away. You know, we hadn't seen them look characteristically like they've looked in some of their past fights where they just demolished somebody. It was a high-speed chess match. There was time where both fighters in different rounds were tentative, seemed a bit gun-shy, was trying to figure out what the other guy was going to do. You look at Golovkin. Golovkin is normally, he's a fast starter. In this fight, he started off slow in the first 3-4 rounds, right? More cautious, trying to avoid Canelo counters. He knows Canelo has good power, Canelo has fast hands, and he's a smart fighter with the ring IQ. So you didn't really see Golovkin get that fresh start like he does when he blows out guys like Marco Antonio Rubio, Matthew Macklin, you know, guys like that, who are lesser accomplished than Canelo, less skilled than Canelo. Canelo, for his part, I think he started off faster. He let it be known that he could fight off the ropes, and he's just versatile. But then midway through the fight in the contest, he threw less punches. He appeared very fatigued and lethargic in some of those other rounds, and he was being outworked by Golovkin, which made it close. And then he closed the fight pretty strong. So now it's up in the air. Adelaide Bird was one of the judges assigned to that fight, and she had a ridiculous scorecard of 118 to 110. And I've been saying this since I left the venue that night. Neither fighter, Canelo nor Golovkin, deserved 10 rounds in that particular fight. It just wasn't that type of fight. You can't give Golovkin 10 rounds, and you can't give Canelo 10 rounds clean for either guy. So her scorecard was just overly ridiculous. She's not going to be one of the judges for this rematch, so that's a good thing. People don't have to worry about that. And if it does go to the scorecards, hopefully the judges get it right, but I'm looking forward to it. I need to see who makes the best adjustments. Again, Canelo, he has youth on his side. He has the hand speed advantage. Golovkin is definitely much slower. Golovkin is older, and I want to see who makes these prime adjustments. However, Golovkin is very good at what he does. He has a hell of a chin. He walked through. I remember there's this one shot that looked eerily similar to the shot that Canelo landed on Amir Khan. And when Amir Khan got hit in the face and hit flush with that shot, Amir Khan went to sleep and he got knocked out. Golovkin walked through the shot. Like he took it, accepted it, got hit flush, and then he paused for a second. Then he just kept trucking forward. So Golovkin has a hell of a beard, hell of a chin, and he's relentless. Plus, on top of that, he's the bigger guy. He has the taller frame. He's been at middleweight longer since the amateurs, and he puts a lot of pressure. I interviewed Peter Quillen in the gym one time, and he told me sparring Golovkin, the thing that Golovkin does really well is he just has a presence. You just know you're in the ring because he stays on top of you. I think Golovkin also has really good balance with his feet, and he tries to walk you down. He could have cut off the ring better in the first fight, but again, we got to see who's sharper and who's really gonna learn from the first fight and implement all those changes and those adjustments. I'm sure they both watched the tape. Now they don't like each other. Canelo failed 2 drug tests in February, I believe February 17th and February 20th. He tested positive for a banned substance called clenbuterol. Now here's the catch. He was in Mexico when he got tested, and when they discovered this, Mexico has had in the past problems with the quality of meat, tainted meat. That's what Canelo used. Some people suspect that it was something far more sinister, and he was using it as an excuse, but he was really using the performance-enhancing drugs to improve his breathing and improve and elevate his performance. Some people believe the Reynosos. They believe Canelo, that it was all unintentional. And either way, Canelo was forced to pull out of the May fight because he got suspended temporarily, and it simply wasn't enough time to promote Canelo Triple G2 properly, because this all happened around March and the fight was supposed to take place in May. So, MGM Properties started offering full refunds, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission put him on a temporary suspension. So there was no way they could fight on Cinco de Mayo. That pissed off Golovkin. His training camp went to waste. His time was wasted. And he ended up fighting on the quote-unquote Mexican date, Cinco de Mayo weekend, against Vanes Martirosyan. It was to be expected. I covered that fight as media too. He blew through Vanes Martirosyan. He got hit with some good shots in the first round, and then he got angry and he jumped right on Vanes Martirosyan, overwhelmed him, and blew him out of the water, and then knocked him out brutally, right? Vanes Martirosyan, you can't really include that as like a superior win. I know it's his first knockout in 2 fights, because he didn't knock out Daniel Jacobs and he didn't knock out Canelo. So it gets him back with a knockout. It puts a win in the win column because he was coming off the draw with Canelo, and it puts a knockout on his resume. But I don't really take too much to that, just because Vanes Martirosyan was on a 2-year layoff coming off a loss, and he's a 154-pounder moving up to 160. And this is something that's been noted by Canelo's team. And beyond that, Vanes Martirosyan, he fought a stupid fight. He fought like this macho heads up, and it just doesn't make sense going in with the guy who is as offensive and offensively minded and strong as Golovkin to have some kind of quote-unquote Mexican-style war. Makes little to no sense. Canelo fights different, so I think this will be a good fight. Probably more action with all things considered, the bad blood, and once that adrenaline gets pumping, like I feel like this is the type of fight, once one of the fighters get hit with that first big shot, then it's gonna heat up pretty quick. You know, I think they're both very competitive, and we're gonna see who makes the proper changes and the correct adjustments from the first one, and who really learned from the first fight. Now let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Canelo Alvarez has a record of 49-1-2. That one loss is to Floyd Money Mayweather. However, some spectators and fans believe Canelo has lost other fights, namely to Gennady Golovkin and Erislandy Lara, but as it sits, he has only one loss, and that was to Floyd Mayweather, and one of those draws is to Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin is still undefeated with a record of 38-0-1. That one draw being to Canelo Alvarez, and hopefully this sets the record straight. The age advantage goes to Canelo. He is the younger fighter. He's 28 years old. Golovkin is 36 years old. Significant height advantage goes to Gennady Golovkin. He's 5'10.5" to Canelo's 5'8". This is a championship fight at middleweight, so it will take place at 160 pounds. And surprisingly, Canelo, the shorter guy, has a reach advantage, a half-inch reach advantage. His reach is listed at 70.5 inches to Gennady Golovkin's 70-inch reach. Again, this is Judgment Day. No Adelaide Bird. They have the officials. They have judges. One of the judges, I believe, was on duty at the last fight. And hopefully there's no excuses. I'm just looking forward to a really good fight. Canelo's a good fighter. Gennady Golovkin's a good fighter. They don't like each other. Bad blood. Abel Sanchez and Triple G, they're saying Canelo needs to be a man and be a man of his word. Fight. Don't run. Hope he comes to fight. Canelo, he feels that he hasn't been running. He was never running. He was just simply boxing, which some people might even find contradictory, because on the All Access after the Erislandy Lara fight, Canelo was taking a shower, and I believe it was Chepo Reynoso and Canelo, they were talking about how Erislandy Lara ran. So for the Golovkin fans, that is something that you have to consider. When Erislandy Lara used a lot of movement, they didn't like it. So, you know, Triple G didn't like the movement. But my standpoint is very simple. Fight to win. Whatever you have to do to win within the rules, you know, without cheating, then try it out. And if it doesn't work, make the adjustments, period. This should be a good fight. The undercard is stacked. The Box Fan Expo is the same day. Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin, Part 2. Highlander style. There can be only one. Let me know who you're picking to win, Canelo or Triple G. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.